Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and being a producer of Wrestle Massacre as well as Inside Movies Galore, I am David Strege, and welcome to Delusions of Grandeur. Enjoy the reviews. I certainly did.
Okay, Dave, that's it. Screw you and your college flunkies. I've had enough of this from you and from everyone else. I know what you guys are trying to do. Break me down, drive me out of the force. Well, it's going to take a hell of a lot more than a lame prank like this to get Curtis Mooney to throw in his badge, so fuck you. Over.
So, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Delusions of Grandeur. So I have a couple of unboxings that I may put into two separate videos, and I've already opened them and I've already had them for a couple of months. So I'm going to go through them, what I remember that I did not go on about, and go from there. So first I have Cleaver's Killer Clowns. That's the second feature in MJ Dixon's Cleaver's Clowns franchise. So that looks kind of cool. I'm not going to read these, and although this says Jody Ann Howells, a survivor of the Still Rivers Massacre, is on the hunt for the man who turned her hometown into a massacre. A figure connected to that night may be her only hope in saving an all-American family who found themselves in the clutches of the Cleaver. So there we have Cleaver's Killer Clowns. And hold on, I'll stick this down below here. Okay. And again, I'm not sure if I went on about these. I was starting to. I have Curve, which was executively produced by Jason Blum, I believe. Yeah, I used to. I started collecting a bunch of Jason Blum executively produced films. And then I have Mortuary, which has an introduction by a cute little hottie by the name of Katrina. And she calls her little thing Katrina's Nightmare Theater. She's kind of in the vein of Elvira, but this is Mortuary. Bill Paxton, who is now dead, R.I.P. Christopher George and Linda Day George star in this chilling tale of horror-filled nightmares that comes startlingly close to reality. Christy Parson, Mary McDonald, the Waltons has been having terrifying nightmares ever since her father drowned in the family's swimming pool. She knows his death was not an accident, but no one believes her. That is until her boyfriend Greg, David Wallace from Humongous, sees a hooded figure identical to the one that Christy has described as being in her nightmares in the town's mortuary. Greg and Christy's curiosity plummets them into a series of bizarre and terror-filled circumstances at the mortuary, a dark and ghastly place run by Mr. Andrews and his son Paul. Mr. Andrews is Christopher George from Gates of Hell, Pieces, TV's Rat Patrol. and his son Paul, played by Bill Paxton from Apollo 13, In Your Dark, and TV's Big Love. Christy will soon discover the ghastly truth behind her father's death, but in doing so, she may not live to see the morning. Linda Day George and Albie Moore also star in this twisted tale of the macabre, now in a brand new transfer HD master from the original. In Hang on for dear life, as you now have an appointment at the mortuary, where nobody rests in peace. There we go. Mortuary. Stick that in my M pile. And you may hear that title later on when I go through my M titles. So this is Takashi Mike's Terraformers. As you can see, it's still wrapped. The ever prolific Takashi Mike, the director behind the likes of Audition, the Dead or Alive trilogy, and Blade of the Immortal, returns with this intergalactic epic in which a team of space employers find themselves pitched against a horde of oversized anthropomorphic cockroaches. So that looks fun. Stick that in my tea pile. Then I've got Disembodied. The 90s VHS cult classic is now in HD. And this is from Brink Vision. The story of Connie Sprouts, a likable young woman with the sad problem of a spore-generating deformity on her face, which causes difficulties in her day-to-day life. And such as dissolving into a gelatinous mass anyone who was to be devoured by the neural parasite that inhabits her skull, which is empty due to the fact that she stores her brain in a jar beside her bed. So there we have Disembodied. Stick that up there. Munger Road. Inspired by true events. On the evening of October 7th, 4 teenagers from the town of St. Charles, Illinois, venture out to a dark, mysterious road where local legend is that the train tracks have been haunted for years. Unbeknownst to them, while the small town prepares for their annual Scarecrow Festival the next day, a child murderer from the past has escaped imprisonment and his whereabouts are unknown. The police chief and his deputy begin a search in fear that the murderer has returned home. At the same time, the teenagers become stuck on Munger Road, unable to call for help. As the police collect more evidence, suspicious evidence about the child murderer, we slowly realize that the haunting of Munger Road is directly connected to his murderous past. The race is on, as the chief realizes the teenagers are missing and could be in grave danger. As the police search for both the killer and the kids, they realize the horror hasn't even begun yet. So there we have Munger Road. Now that may come up later when I start to do my Munger Road. My M. My title's in M. So, here I have an animated film that I ended up getting sent. It's Batman Unlimited Mechs vs. Mutants, the movie. Next, I've already reviewed these films, but I ended up getting a copy of The American Horror Project, which has Dark August, Dream No Evil, and The Child. It's got a little booklet here. Kind of cool. And this is the limited edition version of some films that evidently Stephen guy. Let's see. Oh, Stephen Thrower. He evidently is the guy who is behind these films getting released. Evidently, he seems to be quite a well-known historian on obscure films that evidently he feels that need to be recognized and transferred into nicer transfers. So there we have American Horror Project Volume 2. Next I have Drugstore Cowboy with Matt Dillon and Kelly Lynch. I'm definitely going to be checking that out. I ended up upgrading my DVD to a Blu-ray for $3 from Big Lots of the remake of RoboCop, and that is because I ended up getting two things. One being the steelbook of the original RoboCop. Look at that shininess, and this is actually still in its wrap. Next, I have the limited edition version of the RoboCop original film. It's got a nice thick booklet here, and looks like I've got a poster here too. Let me just, and that's a thick fucker. There's a lot in there that I have, a lot of content to go through. This is awesome. So, and let's take a look at this poster here, just real quick. Just wanted to take a look. Oh, there's the there's one side, and there's another. Kind of sweet. So yeah, those were kind of neat to get. Just gotta stick this the right way. There we go. Stick that back in there. Alrighty. Next I have Arrow's limited edition of Wes Craven's The Hills Have Eyes. I have not even opened this yet. Looks awesome. That's The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, though. I picked up Holmes versus Watson. That was one of my Black Friday buys. Let's see. Another 3-disc edition that I'd gotten. Let me just get this here. Is Nightbreed. And this is the limited edition version that supposedly has the this is the Shoutfactory's, only 10,000 of these were made, and this is number 2000. I'm just hoping that you can see this somewhat. It says 2,648 out of 10,000, and this supposedly has the ball cut on it. And I ended up watching it. I ended up opening it, which I guess made it less value, but I'm definitely glad that I opened it to watch it. I'm not one of those that will actually let things sit on the shelf and permeate. So next I have Stone Cold Dead. This one is from Kino Lorber. And tagline says, oh, well, it doesn't really say much, but I ended up watching it. And it has Paul Williams from Phantom of the Paradise in it. So That was actually pretty awesome. Next, I have The Visitor. This was an Alamo Draft House uh, edition Blu-ray. So, The Visitor. The Double Blu-ray with Richard Gere and Topher Grace. The Demolisher, and I believe that this is not my first copy of The Demolisher. I actually have a copy of The Demolisher with a different cover somewhere. So, next I have Young Detective D, Rise of the Sea Dragon. That's from Sue Hark. Japanese, somewhat horror film. Now here's a Code Red Blu-ray. This has House on the Edge of the Park and Last House on Massacre Street. Last House on Massacre Street is from 1973, and House on the Edge of the Park is from 1980. Next, I have an Arrow. This it says, "Who Saw Her Die?" It's a film by Aldo Lado. Ray Liotta and Linda Fiorentino in Unforgettable. That's from Kino Lorber. Next, I have. This is one of the. This is actually a series of films from American Jotter Film Archive, and apparently this has an Academy Award nominee by the name of John Hawkes, and it's called Scary Movie. It's from 1991, and it's from director Daniel Erickson. So, looking forward to checking that film out. Yep, it's got a Blu-ray and a DVD in there. It's a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Next, I have this is out of print now. This has a double feature, and it's hosted by Joel G. Wynkoop. It's from the Sleaze box. It's a Blu-ray of Tales for the Midnight Hour 1 and 2. Those are some anthologies that were put together. Next, I have two very cool independent features. The first I've seen, the second I have not as of yet. But She Was So Pretty and She Was So Pretty, Be Good for Goodness Sake. This is the Scream Time Blu-ray. I'd originally sought out to the director, paid her $10 to get her get a copy of She Was So Pretty, and she neglected to send me a copy, and I put $100 towards her future anthology and never heard back from any of that. So I wonder what's up with that. In any case, next I have a film called Plaguers on DVD. This was from Image Entertainment, and it stars Steve Railsback. This was with Rockaway Pictures and the Movie Machine, also with Nightfall Pictures director Brad Sykes. And it's called Plaguers. And it says, Dave, get infected. I actually went and bought, like, all of Brad Sykes' films that I could from him directly himself. And this was the DVD that I had gotten from him of the film, so I'm glad that I have a copy of it. Next, I have a film that's in that includes a 3D short film called The Viewer, and it's a film that is called I Can See You, and this is from Kino, and it comes with these glasses so that you can check out the short film in there. So that is kind of cool. Next, I believe I got this from my Black Friday sales. I believe it's Annabelle Comes Home. It was okay. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it was okay. Next, I have Sorority Babes and Slime Bowl-O-Rama. That was directed by David Cocteau, or David Dick Cocteau. Next, I have Patrick. Kind of a cutesy family movie. Pug, actually. Alrighty. So I have here, with its slipcover, The Gates of Hell and Psycho from Texas. That's kind of cool. Cool. Those seem like original. That cover seems like it's original, and I have not opened it as of yet. But yeah, that seems like an original poster from the films when they were double billed, I guess, possibly. Next, I have The Equalizer 2, which I had picked up from Black Friday sales. So that I have watched. Next, I have Code Red's Blu-ray of Neon Maniacs. I have watched this once before. Next, I have Return to Sender with Rosamund Pike, Shiloh Fernandez, and Nick Nolte. Another Code Red, Truck Stop Women. No rig was too big for them to handle. Double clutching, gear jamming mamas who like a lot of hijacking by day, a lot of heavy trucking by night. Next, I have Arrow's Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2, both unopened. Next, I have The Vineyard, and that is a one of the Vinegar Syndrome pickups. Got the slipcover for it. And those are always Blu-ray combo packs. So I'm going to stick this over here. If you want to know about these, just look them up for yourself. I ended up... let's see. I know I haven't gone on about this one because it's already been in my collection already, but I actually picked this up from Walmart itself. You're Next. And that may come up in a future video. I guarantee that. So next I have the Angel Collection, a triple feature. Angel, Avenging Angel, and Angel 3: The Final Chapter. So this is an A movie. So actually, let's see. The Angel Collection. So that'll go in the T's. Next, I have A Secret in Their Eyes, which I believe the Blu-ray is out in the living room, so I'm going to keep that out so that I can go back and stick the movie back in there. Next, I have God's Bloody Acre and So Sad About Gloria. Those are from Code Red, or actually that's actually not from Code Red. That's from Dark Force DVD. That's a different website, and that one's got some controversy around surrounding it. Next, I have Grizzly, and that is from Scorpion Releasing. That's a Blu-ray. That was a kick-ass grizzly bear movie. This is Code Red. I guess Code Red is part of the Dark Force Superstore. So here we have Ator, the Fighting Eagle. That's a wicked cover, eh? That is wicked. All right, so that's an A. Alrighty, Grizzly. I'll go up here. I've got God's Bloody Acre. Excuse me for a moment. Alrighty, so next I have Secta Sinistra. And that's a Vinegar Syndrome title. Then I have Skinner. That's with Ted Raimi, Ricky Lake, and Tracy Lords. That was an interesting film. That's from Severin. I ended up going and picking up this one from American Genre Film Archive. And this one has the Blu-ray and DVD of it. And it's got Satanus, the Devil's Mass, and Satan's Children. So, next I have Scissors. This one's from Kino Lorber. That has Sharon Stone, Steve Railsback, Michelle Phillips, and Ronnie Cox. Next, I have Sky on Fire. I think this one's a Japanese film. Looks entertaining. It says hard-hitting action scenes. Next, I have Flesh Gordon, which will probably come up in a future discussion, a future video thing with all my Fs. So I'm going to stick this over here with my Fs over here. It doesn't matter to me if they get more. Okay, so this is Star Crystal. In the year 2035, scientists discovered a new life form. They wish they hadn't. And that's from Kino Lorber. My copy of Queen of the Damned messed up, so I ended up getting a fresh copy for Christmas from my sister's best friend. She ended up getting me for Christmas. We did kind of a Secret Santa thing, and so yeah, I ended up getting Queen of the Damned again. I still haven't opened that one, and I've been trying to figure out where I've stuck all of these by this director. But this one, it will eventually show up in my P videos. And this is Planet of the Vampire Women. It is directed by Darren Wood. He's from Cali. Oh shit. I forgot that I had this. This is Death Scorch Service, the soundtrack. All right. So I had Ted, but got Ted 2, Blu-ray and DVD, with Mark Wahlberg and Seth MacFarlane. So this is the 3-disc version of American Guinea Pig Blood Shock, signed. Let's see. Yeah, that's 3 discs. So let's see. Came with some artwork and whatnot. So that's American Guinea Pig. I'll stick that in the A's. The House on Sorority Row, and that is Scorpion releasing. I did not open that one yet. Next, I have Post-Apocalyptic Commando Shark. This one didn't come in these boxes, but I've been planning on reviewing this eventually, and this has a short film on it too. It's directed by Sam Quiliana, I believe. Yep. So that should be fun. In the post-apocalyptic future, the world is still at war. The newly instated Soviet-Russian army has invaded the United States with the assistance of an evil German scientist who has created an army of superhuman soldiers, half man and half shark. That should be fun. Next, I have Matt Jasel's Super 8 Bloodbath. It's a special edition DVD. Limited edition, I guess. Next, I have The Strangers, Pray at Night. And actually, I love the music in this. Super 8 Bloodbath. Okay. I think that's all that I'm going to share in this video. Looks like it's going to be like 3 different videos, man. So definitely stay tuned for more videos and far out, man. I mean, this is going to be awesome putting these out there. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll definitely have some more video updates to show you. Yeah, especially since I have a ton on its way. So thank you so much. Have a great day, evening, or morning, wherever you are, and I appreciate your time spent. And I just enjoy sharing what I get and my views on them. So thank you so much ahead of time.
You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see?